وقل رب زدني علما.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm very well. What's your name?
Johnny.
Hi, Johnny.
Are you Lizzie? Are you a Christian?
I am.
Can we have an argument about Christianity? Oh, brilliant. Can we go on the show?
Yes. Where do you come from, Johnny?
Okay, I'll tell you what I believe, and you tell me what I am.
You've got Yama cards.
You can put me in whatever box you like. Alright. What's your name again? Lizzie, I'm Johnny. So, this is my current, I'm 48, this is my current belief. It may change, I'm open. I think the universe is, I think there are three main questions of interest for human beings, which religion tries to deal with, which are the meaning of life, the origin of the universe, and the right way, right path. I think all three of them, certainly the first two, are incomprehensible. So in other words, there's clearly some kind of universal energy, essence, whatever, yes, to me anyway. But when we try and nail it down to what it is, by giving it a name, describing it.
If we try and understand.
If we make claims about the truth of the unknown and the unknowable, right? So we don't know what the meaning of life is, and we don't know how the universe came to be, and we don't know what's actually going on. Really, we can't know. It's not knowable. It's not possible to articulate it in English.
Can I come back with you?
Yeah. So what box do I fit into?
I don't like boxes generally.
Am I an atheist?
I don't know. You've not come at me with the kind of Richard Dawkins got delusion arguments.
I think Richard Dawkins is deluded.
So I wouldn't kind of necessarily, but like I say, to me you're just a person, and boxes aren't always necessarily helpful.
Right.
So you were saying, I just want to pick up what you said about we can't know the truth, even any.
I didn't say we can't know the truth. That's not what I said.
Okay,
or if I said it, it's not what I meant.
Okay.
What I actually meant was we can't articulate any meaningful understanding of what is commonly known as God or Allah. Yeah, we can't articulate that meaningfully. It's meaningless.
So what evidence do you have to say that we can't do that?
I don't have any evidence. I don't have any evidence that I can't prove something's not the case, right? The onus is on people who say it is possible to prove it, right?
Okay. So this is the thing.
So I don't think you proved me wrong.
Okay. Yeah, all right. Okay. So like I say that you can make a case for articulating an absolute truth based on who Jesus is and what he claims.
Well, hang on a minute.
Because Jesus makes truth claims.
But hang on.
And also not only what he says, but what he did by dying and rising again. So he kind of proved what he said.
We'll get to Jesus' rising and dying again in a minute, okay? But let's get to the crux of it, about Jesus, which is that. Let me tell you what I believe in terms of Jesus and truth.
Okay.
So I tripped you up on what you said about what I had said about truth, in the sense that I was being very specific. I was being very specific about the truth, about a useful, truthful depiction of the definition
Wait a minute.
of God.
How did you trip me up exactly?
No, you said to me that there's no such thing as truth. I don't believe there's such thing as truth, and I do believe there's such thing as truth.
Okay.
And I think.
So you do believe there's such thing?
No, I do think there's such a thing as truths, right? And I think, and for example, moral truths about right and wrong, for example, yes. But I think that
based on what?
But I think that based on, I think that human beings are endowed with, or manifestations of a wider wisdom, right? And wisdom is truth. That's what wisdom is. Wisdom is a clarity about what's real and what's happening. Yeah, that's what wisdom is.
But wouldn't you say wisdom is a kind of, it has to be based on something objective,
no,
right?
No, it doesn't.
It
doesn't.
So all truth is subjective, is that what you're saying?
Yes, it is.
That's very dangerous,
no,
isn't
but it is dangerous, but the subject...
Because my truth might be totally different from your truth. So who gets to rule, who's going to be in charge of the world, me or you?
Well, the way it works...
It's subjective, so it doesn't matter, right?
Well, even if it's objective...
There's no moral absolutes.
Hang on a minute. You and I both know that people making claims of objective truth have been killing each other for generations, right? So objectivity doesn't save us from the killing at all.
Yeah, so
it doesn't.
So either you claim to be subjective truth or objective truth, people will still kill each other. So what's the point?
No, well, hang on, I'll get to that.
So I think we need an outside standard.
It's impossible to have an outside standard.
Well, why? No. Who are you to say? Who are you to say it's impossible to have an outside standard?
It's just basic logic. It's just a basic standard 1 + 1 = 2 logic.
Okay.
Right? I'll tell you what the logic is. I'll tell you this.
Yeah. What's the logic?
Very obvious. Woody Allen said there's no such thing as objectivity.
Why? So wait a minute. So you're basing your moral authority on Woody Allen.
And I'll tell you why.
Okay, so
Woody Allen
is he a prophet? Has he done anything amazing?
Yes, he is.
Did he die and rise again? Why? Tell me why I should take Woody Allen as my standard.
I don't give a monkey's about your supposed miracles that I don't believe happen.
You'd rather have me trust in Woody Allen
than Jesus.
for
Absolutely.
eternal life.
Yes, absolutely. And I'll tell you why.
I've never heard this argument.
I'll tell you why. Sorry, your name again was
Lizzie.
Lizzie, listen.
Yeah, I like you. What's your name?
Johnny.
You're good fun, Johnny.
Lizzie, listen to me, right?
Yeah,
and I don't mean to flatter you, okay? I would say that to him, and everybody. So there's nothing special. But let me tell you something, Lizzie. You, have as much access to wisdom as Jesus and Muhammad and Woody Allen. You do, because you're an amazing manifestation of the universe, just in your packaging of your body and your mind.
Okay, no, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm
and if
weak.
You don't believe that about yourself,
my body is weak. My mind is weak.
If you don't believe that about yourself,
I do good things, but I do bad things as well, and
Lizzie,
that is way more honest than saying I'm.
No, you're amazing, and you don't appreciate
Thank you
it.
for saying I'm amazing.
No, you don't appreciate your own self-worth.
No, that's.
Well, I'm not going to argue, Lizzie, about how amazing you are.
Okay.
Take my word for it, if you want to, that
It's
you
lovely
are an
sentiment.
amazing manifestation and you have deep wisdom inside you, just like Jesus and just like Woody Allen.
Okay.
And so what I'm saying is that Woody Allen and Shakespeare and Moses and anyone you've ever heard of or never heard of has the capacity, to provide useful, clever, insightful truth.
Why do you think?
And let me get to that.
No, let me finish. Why do you think Woody Allen has the secrets, has all mysteries, all knowledge of the universe? Do you think Woody Allen put the universe here? Do you think Woody Allen is going to help you on the day of judgment?
I'll tell you something.
Do you think Woody Allen can do that for you?
No, I actually don't. I don't think anyone can help with day judgment. I don't think there's such a thing as day judgment. But let me tell you what I think about Woody Allen. Yeah, Woody Allen is a human being, still alive, who's lived a life 80 years long, yes. He's produced a load of movies and done lots of other things in his life which we can judge as good or bad if we think we're God, yes. All sorts of stuff, married his adopted daughter or something, all sorts of stuff. Played the clarinet, jazz clarinet, very good jazz. He does all sorts of things. Within the mess of him being a human being, and then within the mess of you, Lizzie, being a being, and me, yes, there are opportunities and possibilities for us to find, to show, to spread, to be in touch with wisdom, right? And so when Woody Allen said there's no such thing as objectivity in a rational world, that was one bit of a snippet of wisdom that his essence came out with. And so did Jesus too.
Sorry, but this is, I like Woody Allen films, I quite like Woody Allen, but on this, I think he's...
About objectivity.
This is total nonsense.
Well, let's talk about objectivity.
What do you say? There's no objectivity in the rational world. So let's think about that.
Okay,
You're driving your car, right? You get to a red light.
Yes.
You think that red light in front of me cannot be objective. It's red to me, but if it's green to the next person, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely possible.
Absolutely possible.
Yes,
wow, I don't want to drive when you are in government.
Do
you want to drive when Johnny is in government?
Lizzie,
no, but now you're talking nonsense.
No, I'm not.
Own up to when you're talking nonsense.
Lizzie, you're misunderstanding me. Hang on, Lizzie, listen to me. Listen, right?
Last 5 minutes, so I want to go and talk to...
There are countries where people don't obey red lights in the way they do in the UK, yes?
Do you want to live in those
countries? They have a different... It doesn't matter where I want to live.
But the laws are there.
But let's talk about, before you go 5 minutes, let's talk about objectivity, right? Let's suppose there's such a thing as an objective truth, and let's suppose that objective truth is enshrined in a book called the Bible, right? Let's suppose that.
Yeah,
yes?
let's suppose that for now.
Every single time, every single moment that any human being in the history of time and today, yes, reads a single letter of the Bible, right, they are subjectifying that objective truth every single time without a single exception.
So, okay, so you,
okay?
so wait a minute, Johnny. Yeah, okay, Johnny. Do you have access to every single person reading the Bible to make that statement?
It doesn't
do you
matter.
Have access to
it's
every single person.
That's just a principle of
saying,
life.
aha. You know,
No,
I can
that's
say,
the way it
because I'm
works.
God, basically, I know what people are thinking when they're reading the Bible. Because I'm actually superior to those people reading the Bible. I can tell you exactly what they're thinking when they're reading the Bible.
Lizzie,
okay, no, this
you're
is
putting
nonsense.
nonsense
No,
words
what
into my
you
mouth.
just said was
Okay.
utter nonsense.
Okay,
That's
what
why.
I'm saying, okay.
So you're saying there's no objectivity.
No, instead of telling me what I said was utter nonsense, why don't you come back to me with an actual argument, okay? Which has some
Okay, do you
basis and rationale,
so let me think.
okay?
So let me think.
So just
do you believe anything happened? Let's take something. Do you believe anything happened in history? Do you believe Brexit happened? I mean, not Brexit. Do you believe the referendum happened? Do you think that happened? Yes or no? Did we have a referendum about whether or not we should leave the? No, just answer my question.
No, I'm not
Did
going to
that
answer your
happen?
question.
Yes or no?
Hang on.
Did we have a referendum
What
in
do
this
you mean?
country
What do you
about whether or
mean?
not we should leave the European Union? Because
Lizzie.
apparently there's no such thing as objectivity.
Lizzie,
I don't know.
first
What
of
do you
all,
think? Did we have a referendum
it's
about Europe?
subjective.
Let me just ask this person here. Did this country? Did we have a referendum whether or not we should leave the European Union?
We did have that, yeah.
Thank you. What do you think, Ilyas? Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you something.
Okay, but apparently
if you ask,
there's no objectivity.
If you ask 1,000 people, that question, and one of them said no, right? We didn't have a referendum. It was all an illusion.
Yeah.
It was a conspiracy. Yes? If that's the person said that,
Okay.
right? Okay, that would be their subjective point of view about whether there
No,
was
it wouldn't.
yes,
It would be
okay.
false.
No,
it would
it wouldn't
simply
be.
be false.
on no evidence at
because
all.
in that case, you can't know anything. You cannot. If you're going to make this your standard, you can't know anything about life
No, that's
at
not
all.
true.
Are you wearing a pink shirt? Who knows? Because there might be
pink,
somebody
it's
out
red.
there. Sorry, out there who's colourblind, and so he says it's not pink.
Yeah.
That doesn't take away from the
You-
fact
no.
that it's pink.
Lizzie,
it means
Lizzie,
that
no,
we have
no,
to make
it's not.
judgments, objective judgments
there's no
about
such
life.
thing as objective
okay?
judgments.
When I
There's no-
wake up in the morning and have my breakfast, I brush my teeth. Okay, I brush my teeth because
hang on.
I think that the various people have shown me that it's a good and healthy thing to do, and I trust their judgment because I trust in some
Lizzie,
objective facts.
no.
According to your worldview, there are no objective facts that you can trust at all. How can you
I didn't
live your
say
life
that.
in any meaningful
I
way?
didn't say there are no objective facts that you can't run your life through. I didn't say that. I didn't say that at
you
all.
quoted Woody
No.
Allen to me,
No.
who said
No,
there's
forget about
no
Woody.
such thing as objectivity.
and I'll
How can you honestly
I'll
lead
tell
your
you-
life meaningfully in the light of that statement?
Okay. This is what I believe, and I have an incredibly meaningful life. Like, deeply meaningful.
Okay.
I love my life. I get up every morning with a smile on my face, and I
Good.
have
I'm
joy
pleased.
and
I'm
love in my
pleased.
life, and I believe it. So
But
it's
I
possible,
think-
because I
right.
am the living embodiment of that possibility. That's number one, okay? So it's possible. At least one person does it every day, me. Okay? That's number one. Number two, let's get back to what I said. Forget about Woody Allen, it's a distraction. Yes?
You brought him
What
up.
do you-
I never
what do
brought
you-
Woody
Okay,
Allen
but you're
into
going on
this.
about him. Let's just come back to what I actually said, which I think is what I'm interested in your thinking around this,
Yeah.
right? Which is when you take a book, which is basically a bunch of ink on a page in a form of letters and words and paragraphs, right?
Yeah.
You take a book and the human eye looks at
Yeah.
that book, right, and reads it
Yeah.
in whatever language it's in, right? Part of the meaning of those words, right, the process of bringing
Yes,
meaning to those
yes,
words
agreed.
involves the
A
subject
subjective
involved.
interpretation.
That's all I'm saying. Now,
Yeah.
therefore, what I mean is,
But that's different. That's different, isn't it?
whatever objectivity there may or may not be, there is no absolute objectivity. That's what I'm saying. Yes, even the
Right,
fact,
that's a different
even
point,
the
that's
fact of the referendum happening or not, right, is yes, we can all agree, in some sense, all agree that there was a referendum, but the meaning of that referendum,
okay,
the
now we're saying,
details
yes,
of that
well, this is the
referendum,
thing, this is a good point.
there's no objectivity there at all.
But this is what we need to distinguish, right? Because objectively, we can see the point. There was a referendum. That's an objective fact. Yes or no? Oh, please say yes. Otherwise, I'm going to just die of
Let's, for the
exhaustion.
sake of the discussion, let's say yes. I don't really believe it, but I'm happy to concede it.
Okay,
Yeah?
right. Please, let's
Okay.
concede that there are such a things as objective truths. The
Okay.
referendum happened. Okay. Okay. Right. What you're
Can I just say why I think it didn't happen? Why I think it didn't happen? I'm going to tell you what I mean. Yes, obviously there's a date in the 23rd of June 2016 where a bunch of human beings, went and put crosses next to a thing. I'm not saying that didn't happen historically. Yes, I'm just saying that when you say the word referendum, right? Okay, your idea.
Why are you making such a complicated point?
I'm not.
All you need to say is a yes or no.
No,
Did
I'm
the
just
referendum
saying. I'm just
happen,
saying.
yes
There's loads
or
of
no?
subjectivity around that
No,
object.
Okay, but no, let's talk about this properly, right?
Okay.
So the referendum happened, yes, but what
Yes.
you're saying is a very good point. This is the good part, all right?
Okay.
The good part, which is, how do we interpret that result? Okay, we know we have this objective fact that 52% of the
electorate.
I can't remember how many it was. 52%.
52%. Said leave.
Said leave.
Right.
Okay.
Oh.
What's the interesting part is, what did they mean? What did they
Right.
mean by leave?
Right.
Now that's interesting, because in that sense you're right. In that sense, we have objective facts, and we need to work out
So beautiful.
how we
So you've just
interpret the
proven
data.
my point.
No, no.
In terms of reality,
Okay. So,
reality,
listen, can I
there were
finish my
people
point?
who went and put X's next to things.
Yeah.
In terms of, did people vote for Brexit in 2016? We don't know. It's subjective. Yes.
Okay, right. Okay, now this is my point with the Bible, all right? This is why I'm a Christian. Okay,
Right.
because I believe that objectively speaking,
Right.
Jesus existed.
Right.
Jesus died on a cross.
Right.
Okay. Jesus, from multiple sources, did amazing miracles.
Right.
Okay, and those things are out there historical facts.
Well, okay.
What
Come
is
on,
interesting
come on.
is,
You've
how
gotta-
do
you've gotta-
I then
you've got-
interpret the data that's put in front of me? Okay, why do I think they're facts? Let me just come back to that. Why do? Okay,
Do you
let's
believe
look
Muhammad
at,
flew on a horse to heaven?
Let's look at
no,
the,
lots of
okay.
Muslims believe. Are
Right.
any Muslims here?
Yeah,
you can
I'm a
ask
Muslim. I'm a
them.
Muslim.
They believe
Okay.
that Muhammad, who was a human
Okay,
being,
I'm not here to
was
defend
on a
Islam.
physical horse
Okay.
and which had wings.
Did anyone see
and he
it?
flew into the sky.
Did anyone
it
see it?
doesn't matter if anyone
It
saw
does.
it. It was
Doesn't it?
reported.
It doesn't it?
Okay.
It
anyone
does
believe
matter if
about the
people
winged
saw it.
horse?
Yes, I
Anybody
do.
else?
Okay.
Did anyone see it at the time?
No,
have to see
so,
it.
and that's why I don't.
Same
That's
as we
why
don't have
I'm
to
not
see
a
Moses
Muslim.
splitting the
That's
sea.
why
Okay.
I'm not a Muslim, because I think, you know, nobody was there, but I look at Jesus and I think, right, the Gospels were written by eyewitnesses. or
Hundreds of
very
years
early
after he
apostles.
died.
They weren't
No,
eyewitnesses.
not
Yes,
at all.
they
no,
were.
not at all. Well, then,
They were not
where are you
eyewitnesses.
getting that
They were
information?
not
Where are you
eyewitnesses.
getting that information?
I've read loads of books on the
Okay.
veracity of the Jesus story and the Muhammad story, and none of them ring true at
Sorry,
all by any
John, let's
historical
look at
measure.
John. Let's look
also
at
the
John.
Bible, also the
Okay.
Hebrew Bible, and I'm wearing a kippah.
The end of John is attributed to John.
People write all sorts of
Because
stuff that
it's
happened, and
it's
they didn't.
written-
It didn't happen.
it's written
You
in
gotta
third
watch
party.
movies. People make stuff up. They have
Okay.
visions. They have
Jesus
dreams. They have
performed many
nightmares.
other signs
It's
in the
written in
presence of his
third party.
disciples, which are not recorded in this book, but they are written that you may believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, and that by believing you may have life in his name. Okay, John writes these things down.
And
He
John-
is one of the 12
That
disciples.
doesn't mean anything.
No, none of the early church, nobody doubted that he was the author of this book.
Well,
okay?
I doubt it.
Why?
And I have
Were
every
you
reason
there?
to doubt
Were
it.
you there?
Were you there?
No, but I look at this and I
Okay.
interpret the data accordingly.
Okay, how
I
come-
interpret the
how
data, the fact
come
that no one
miracles don't
argues.
happen today?
Okay, how do you know that they don't?
No, I mean miracles as in Jesus coming back to life type miracles. I think everything's a miracle. That my children being born was a miracle.
But that shouldn't be the only
Yeah?
reason you don't believe in them.
Hang on, no.
Because you don't see them.
Hang on a minute.
Okay,
right?
so-
miracles mean
A,
supernatural
you've made a big
events, right?
You've made a
Yes.
big
Suspension of
statement that
supernatural
miracles don't
events,
happen today.
Yes.
Okay, have you talked to every single person in the world and asked them their experience of miracles?
No, hang on a
No,
minute.
so why
Hang
are
on,
you
no,
making
no,
such
okay,
a
forget
big
about
claim
how about
to
everyone
say
in the
that
world?
miracles don't
Forget
happen
about
today?
everyone in the world. The whole point of Christianity and Islam is the same problem, and the Judaism is all the same problem. Yes, they all make claims, but there were a whole bunch of people, yeah, who witnessed these miracles. They then
Yes.
recorded them. No, not just
Did
you.
Muhammad do any miracles?
What's
Were any of his miracles witnessed?
Yes.
Okay, go on then. Come on, Muslims here. Give me
What
some
is it?
evidence.
Didn't he have any miracles?
Muhammad, of course, he did.
Like,
There you go.
which
And we
were
have
what?
narrations
Which were
from the
what?
people who were there.
Which were what?
Thank you.
For example,
Example.
water gushed from his finger,
Right.
people drank from
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Right.
And
Voila.
It's
Hello,
not-
welcome
no.
to the miracles
sorry,
of Islam.
Sorry, it's in the Hadith, right? That's not. Is it in the Quran?
It doesn't matter if
Oh,
it's in the
It's in the
Hadith.
Quran.
Who
now you
cares?
reject
It's
hadith.
Is it in the Quran?
Now you reject hadith.
Who
No, no.
cares?
You
It
can't
doesn't
reject
make any
hadith.
difference. Why do you care if it's in the Hadith or not?
If you
Because
reject
the
hadith, you cannot quote it next.
The Quran is the Quran is the highest authority, and if Muhammad really was from God, why shouldn't it be in the highest authority?
That shows
Why
the
is it
Quran is not from
hearsay?
Muhammad.
It's ridiculous.
Why is it from
Listen.
hearsay?
If he was from Muhammad, he
There
would
is,
record
there is a
his
tradition.
miracles. It's
There
not
is a
from
tradition
Muhammad.
which this man believes, and this man, that man,
Who wrote
believe.
the Quran? Who wrote the Quran?
Wait.
You don't know who wrote the Quran.
Who wrote the
We
Bible?
all know we all know who wrote the Quran.
Who?
Some bloke. And
Muhammad.
the Bible.
Muhammad.
It's all written by people.
No, John wrote John, Matthew wrote
No, he
Matthew,
didn't.
Mark wrote
No.
Mark.
John was a bloke. He was just a guy.
95 after Jesus.
So
all
you're a
the
nice
time.
guy. You're a nice guy, but seriously,
Thanks, Lizzie.
look at the Bible.
Don't worry, I read the Bible inside
You
out. I read the
managed to
Quran.
shut her up.
It's all
She's
made
going
up
now.
stuff.
Aren't you
Okay,
a
and it's
Jew?
wonderful stuff.
Aren't you a Jew?